Hey there, you. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing? What is that
I,
bag?
oh, that's my backpack. I got like Nickelodeon characters on my backpack. Yeah, it's in the
Okay.
room right here. This is amazing how we kind of manifested this. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
thank you for your message. Uncle Tone was like, man, she's gonna get a kick out of seeing this. And I just wanted to spread that joy, that love that you've always done for all of us. So thank you, Whoopi.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Let's talk about this role where it might not. Well, there is some love in Miss Hannigan, but I mean, for those of us who are excited for you playing the role in Annie here in New York, first off, let's just go ahead and start with like how full is the heart getting to be able to step back on stage and do theater again?
We'll find out. We like to think the heart is full, but I think the fact that people really are excited for me to do this part makes it a little easier to not be nervous about it because a lot of great folks have put their marks on it. And so
Yeah.
I just have to find my transition code.
Yeah, so how are we gonna find your personality coming through this role? As you said, there have been some amazing people. We can go back to the Carol Burnett's of the world, and we can make sure that we all understand that they have and she has and so many others put their spin on it. But how are we gonna find you coming through in this
I don't
iconic
know.
role?
You're gonna have to come and find out. You got to come and see what I do and tell me if I'm doing my version, or maybe there's collectively lots of people in me. Who can say on any given day who Miss Hannigan actually is?
Yeah. With that, you mentioned not too long ago that there are some nerves, but there is a lot of excitement and a lot of singing. There's some singing, but it's in your range. Uh, the singing is right there for you.
Yeah.
Um, this is like, thank God, I don't have to hit those high notes like Ariana Grande or somebody.
Not yet. Not yet.
How has the preparation been thus far as we gear up to, because you're going to be with us from the 11th of December through
Yeah.
January 5th. So how's the preparation going with the music, with stepping into the role and, getting prepared with Hazel, who's playing Annie?
Well, she is, all the girls involved in this are champs, every one of them. They've given me every ounce of help that I could possibly ask for. When I explain that sometimes there may be times when I will blank on stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know what it is. I said, because I will say, where am I? And you'll tell me. And they, yeah. So I have backup, I have safety nets. There's like 11 of them, 11 little safety nets on that stage. And every one of them is a little star in their own right, which is also delicious to see.
And to draw inspiration, I'd imagine it's got to be such an amazing thing to see these little tater tots running around you, but you draw inspiration from them. What's it like with this new generation of kids who are just built a little different to where they make us feel like, wow. I remember when I was your age, I was just wiping snot and drinking water out of the water hose outside, but y'all are different.
Well, as different as we were from our folks.
Yeah.
We're a new generation. We've had 2 or 3 generations. The older of that 2 or 3 generations came out like this, swiping. Their little hands were moving. Used to be we'd be punching ourselves in the eyes as baby. No, these babies came out swiping. They like this, and you think, what is he doing? It's like he's swiping. That's what they're doing. And now they kind of just come out with a little portal in them. You can just plug something in and they open their mouth and you can watch whatever program they're happen to be connected to. I mean, they're a whole different generation. However, they are very married to the idea that there are other ways. And while they may seem strange to you, they are not strange to me. And when we talk about Annie, there are references that many people may or may not know what we're talking about, And so Do they remember who FDR was? Do they remember, what their grandparents or great grandparents told them about that time? I remember the generation whose great grandparents remember that time.
Yeah.
Does everyone's family unit have someone who's saying, when I was a kid, this is what was going on? This is amazing to me, but we never thought we would have a watch that could phone people.
Right.
I mean, so when we're talking about things from the 30s, there is some attention, at least in my mind, paid to certain things that I qualify.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to let folks know what they are.
This is what's going to be so special about seeing this rendition of Annie now is the blending of generations and how at the end of the day, the core value of what this story means, it still remains the same, no matter if, what I'm saying, Daddy Warbucks at one point in time, I mean, or somebody might have been bald, but he could have had a Jerry curl in the 80s and it could have been
That's
okay.
right.
The meaning is still there.
It's still there.
The meaning is still there.
Yeah.
What was, and we think about what this play and what this musical means to so many other families. What were some of those shows for you growing up that you look forward to either seeing or hearing about or knowing about the same way that you are going to set, such a passionate fire under someone else's, but who's moving forward, generations further? What was one of those or several of those that made you say, wow, yeah.
Great White Hope was one of them. Peter Pan was another with Sandy Duncan. There's all of these shows that existed in my lifetime that I sort of grew into watching. When I was a kid, you could go to the theater for a standing room for like 75 cents, 50 cents, and you had this unique experience, seeing Diana Sand on stage, or you seeing James Earl Jones on stage, and you're thinking, boy, wouldn't that be great to do? I'd like to do that, And I think one of the first shows I ever saw was The Great White Hope with James Earl Jones, and that voice, that stage looked this big when he stood on it.
Man,
like amazing, because he just was a gigantic man.
Yeah.
On that stage, baby, when he was talking with that voice.
It was, something else. What I love is that we got to be, as we talk about, someone who is such a beautiful human being, we got to be around in a time where we got to experience all he had to give, not only on stage, but on the big screen, and even just his voice, when you're reading through something and I remember looking most recently at the Reading Rainbow documentary and just knowing, just how passionate, to know that you've been a part of that for a lot of other people. How much joy do you walk in every day knowing that, you get to live your life's passion and you get to really make a lot of people smile by just being yourself?
Well, that used to be totally true. Now it's only half true. But I get to do what I want to do the way I want to do it. It's a good feeling. And I have zero care if it makes too many people uncomfortable. But I do what I do. I have as much fun as I can. Yeah,
and you're living your truest self, and that's all that's special and important.
Well, I need, at least to me.
Yeah, that's right.
You never know where life's going to take you.
Understandable.
So for me, it's never boring.
Yeah.
And that's what I can say about Miss Hannigan. She may not be the same as she was on Wednesday as she is on Friday, but she will not bore you.
That's right. And we're going to see all of that. And that's what I think is going to be amazing, is you get to help set some more traditions for people this holiday season. Hopefully this will become a thing that families continue and reoccurring type of celebrations. I'm going to leave you with this one. As we think about holiday traditions and reoccurring festivities, what's on the dinner table for Thanksgiving? Whoopi, what's some of that I got to make sure that I have it this holiday season?
Oh, it's the only thing I know how to cook. That's a turkey.
Okay, but that's the main thing.
well, that's the only thing. I also cook it on Christmas.
Okay, so it's no seafood gumbo nowhere. It's
no. Not in my kitchen. Now other people come in the kitchen and they cook, but I only am in charge of the turkey. That's what I make. That's what I do. I do what my mother always did, which was to start the turkey in the oven at 9 p.m. and
Mm.
baste it every half hour throughout the night. And then we eat at 1. But the house smells like holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I know that's how I know the holiday is here. When I wake up to the smell to the scent of that turkey, I know we're in a whole other arena.
I'm just gonna follow my nose all the way there till I find y'all out there in Jersey. I'll be there, and I'm still coming for that Wheel of Cheese with my face on it one of these days too.
Okay. It's interesting.
It's interesting. Well, I just gotta say again, thank you for being you. Thank you for giving the world the opportunity to see you back on stage again doing theater with Annie here. So for those of y'all that are wondering, it is December 11th through January 5th, theater at MSG. We gonna be there, yeah, and I'm gonna be singing right in that register with you too, and
Okay.
laughing along the way as well.
All right.
You take care, Whoopi, and we'll talk soon.
See you, baby. Thank you.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.